Have you ever noticed how some companies just have this magnetic pull? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They inspire this crazy loyalty that goes way beyond just liking their products.
Right.
It's like,
It's more than that.
yeah, their customers become like passionate advocates.
Yeah.
They spread the word and they defend the brand. Like it's, I don't know.
They're true believers.
Yeah, with almost like religious fervor, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
Wouldn't it be awesome to unlock that kind of devotion for your own company?
Absolutely.
Well, that's what we're diving into today.
Cool.
We've got this fascinating document here
Okay.
called Brand Trust and Employees and Community.pdf. And it explores this very idea.
Interesting.
So we'll uncover how employee engagement builds the foundation for brand trust,
Okay.
and then how community influencers amplify that trust to drive business success.
Awesome.
So let's start by looking at some research from Dale Carnegie and Associates.
Okay.
They found that the top 3 drivers of employee engagement are
Let me guess.
trust and leadership,
Okay.
strong relationships with managers, and pride in the organization.
Makes sense. Interesting, right?
Yeah, it's not surprising when you really think about it.
Yeah.
These factors, they tap into some pretty fundamental human needs.
Right.
People want to feel valued. They want to feel understood.
Yeah.
Like they're a part of something meaningful.
Right.
If your team members, if they feel seen and appreciated, that sense of belonging, it becomes like the bedrock of genuine advocacy for your brand.
Makes you wonder how many companies are actually getting this right.
Right.
Because, well, according to Wikipedia, an engaged employee isn't just someone who clocks in and out.
Right.
They're fully absorbed in their work. They're enthusiastic about the company's mission.
Yeah.
And they take positive action to boost the company's reputation.
I like it.
And get this.
Research from Towers Watson found that 8 out of 10 highly engaged employees trust their leaders.
Wow.
That connection between trust and engagement is powerful.
It really is.
But here's where things get really interesting for you as a business developer.
Okay, I'm listening.
Engaged employees aren't just a feel-good factor.
Right.
They directly impact the bottom line.
Oh, absolutely.
They do.
Yeah, Gallup did this massive study of nearly 50,000 corporations.
Wow.
And the results are eye-opening.
Really?
Yeah. Companies with highly engaged employees experience 147% higher earnings per share compared to their competitors.
That's incredible.
And that's not all.
There's more.
Yeah, they also see a 2.6 times increase in earnings per share overall.
Wow, those are some impressive numbers.
Yeah.
It sounds like engaged employees are like a secret weapon for business growth.
Think about it this way.
Yeah.
Engaged employees are far more likely to become passionate advocates for your brand. I mean, they genuinely believe in what they're doing, and that translates into a better customer experience.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, the Temkin Group, they found that companies excelling at employee engagement have 1.5 times as many engaged employees as companies with poor customer experience.
Interesting.
Happy employees create happy customers, which leads to a thriving business.
It's like a chain reaction of positivity,
Exactly.
starting from within.
Now let's zoom out a little bit
Okay.
and explore how this internal energy extends out into the community.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of the law of diffusion of innovation?
I think so. Refresh my memory.
It's a model that explains how new products gain traction in the market.
Okay. Yeah, I remember that.
It's all about understanding how people adopt new ideas and products.
Right.
The model segments the market into 5 groups.
Okay.
Innovators, early adopters, early majority, late majority, and laggards.
Right. But there's one group in particular that's especially important for us, right?
Yeah.
You got it.
The early adopters.
Those are the people who are always on the lookout
Yeah.
for the next big thing.
Yeah. They're the ones that are always ahead of the curve.
They're influential, they're trendsetters.
Yeah. And their opinions carry a lot of weight.
They're the ones who can really make or break a product's success.
Totally.
Think about those people who always seem to know about the coolest new restaurant before anyone else.
Right. Or the best new app or whatever.
They're the tastemakers, the ones others look to for recommendations.
And they're the key to reaching that critical tipping point
Yes.
where a product goes from like niche to mainstream.
Exactly.
And the 2019 Edelman Trust Barometer, they found that 63% of people trust influencers for product recommendations.
Wow.
That's more than double the 26% who trust traditional ads.
That's huge.
It is.
It really highlights the power of authentic recommendations over those impersonal marketing messages.
Yeah, totally.
It's not just about pushing a product, it's about building trust and credibility.
Have you ever read Crossing the Chasm?
Of course, Simon Sinek.
Yeah, he argues that winning over the early adopters is essential.
It's essential
to any product to break through to the mainstream.
I agree.
And their buy-in creates this ripple effect.
It does.
It builds trust and encourages the early majority to follow suit.
It's like a snowball effect.
And here's another fascinating layer to this whole thing.
Okay, what's that?
It's not just about logic and features.
Right.
It's about emotion.
A 2019 study by Whalar and NeuroInsight found that influencer marketing actually triggers a much stronger emotional response than traditional advertising.
Really?
Yeah.
That makes sense when you think about it.
It does.
When you see someone you admire using and recommending a product, it feels way more authentic, more relatable.
For sure.
You're not just seeing a product, you're seeing it through the lens of someone you trust.
Exactly.
It's like a friend telling you about their favorite new book,
I know exactly what you mean.
You're way more likely to check it out because you value their opinion.
Absolutely.
But let's take this a step further.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
Have you ever considered the idea that happiness itself can be a powerful business tool?
That's an interesting thought.
I know, right?
It might sound a bit out there.
Yeah.
But there's actually some compelling research to back it up.
Really?
Yeah. There was this 2008 study published in the British Medical Journal.
Okay.
They looked at social networks, and they found that happiness clusters.
What does that mean?
In other words, if you're surrounded by happy people, you're more likely to be happy yourself.
That's fascinating.
It is, isn't it?
So you're saying that positive emotions can actually spread through networks?
Exactly.
And it's not just limited to your immediate friends.
Nope.
The study found that each additional happy friend increases your own happiness by about 9%.
It's pretty remarkable.
That's wild when you think about the potential impact this could have.
I know, right?
On a company's culture and customer base.
It's like a ripple effect of good vibes.
It really is.
And it just goes to show how interconnected we are and how positive emotions can spread through networks.
So how does this translate into actionable strategies?
Yeah, that's the question.
For a business developer.
Right.
If happiness is contagious, how can we create that kind of positive energy within our own companies and communities?
That's a great question, and it's one we'll explore further as we continue our deep dive.
Okay.
But for now, let's shift gears a little bit and talk about another powerful force in business.
Okay.
Word of mouth marketing.
Ah, yes. The good old-fashioned power of personal recommendations.
It never goes out of style.
Even in today's digital age, word of mouth remains one of the most effective forms of marketing.
Absolutely. A Nielsen survey found that 83% of people completely or somewhat trust recommendations from people they know.
And 66% trust online consumer opinions.
Which is more than any other form of advertising.
So it all boils down to trust.
It does.
We're more likely to believe someone we know or someone who shares our values.
Right.
Building authentic relationships both online and offline is crucial for businesses today.
I completely agree.
It's about cultivating a sense of community, a shared purpose, and a genuine desire to connect with people on a human level.
And that's something we can all strive for no matter what industry we're in.
This has been incredibly insightful.
Yeah, it really has.
It's amazing to see how all these concepts, like employee engagement, influencer marketing, happiness, and word of mouth, how they all just intertwine
They do.
to create a thriving business ecosystem.
It's fascinating, isn't it?
It is.
So let's bring this back to our listener for a second.
Okay, good idea.
The business developer who's eager to put these ideas into action.
Yeah.
What are some key takeaways they can implement in their own work?
That's a great question.
Let's shift gears and distill these insights into actionable strategies. We've covered a lot of ground, so let's take a moment to crystallize the key takeaways.
Sounds good.
First, we saw how crucial engaged employees are.
Right.
They're not just happier, they're more productive.
Yeah.
They create better customer experiences, and they drive real business success.
For sure.
Remember those impressive stats from Gallup?
Oh, yeah, the 147%.
Yeah.
Higher earnings per share.
Yeah, 147% higher earnings per share compared to their competitors, and a 2.6 times increase overall.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's the power of a truly engaged team.
And it's not just about, keeping employees happy in a vacuum, right?
It's not about that.
It's about tapping into their potential as brand advocates.
Exactly.
We talked about the law of diffusion of innovation and the importance of early adopters.
Right.
Those are the trendsetters,
Yeah.
the tastemakers who can make or break a product success.
And the 2019 Edelman Trust Barometer showed us just how influential they are.
Yeah.
63% of people trust influencers for product recommendations.
Wow.
That's more than double the trust in traditional ads.
So if we can cultivate a culture where our employees are genuinely enthusiastic about our brand,
Right.
they become those powerful advocates, reaching those crucial early adopters organically.
It all happens naturally.
It's like planting these seeds of enthusiasm within your own company.
Yeah, I like that.
And then they blossom outward into the wider community.
And we can't forget about the emotional aspect of this.
Right.
That study by Whalar and NeuroInsight showed us that influencer marketing triggers a stronger emotional response than traditional advertising.
Yeah.
It all comes back to authenticity. People are savvy.
Yeah.
They can spot a forced marketing message a mile away.
Totally.
But when they see someone they trust, someone who genuinely enjoys a product or service,
right,
that resonates on a much deeper level.
It's the difference between, like, reading a glowing product review from a stranger
Right.
and hearing a friend rave about their new favorite restaurant. You're way more likely to trust the recommendation that comes from a place of genuine enthusiasm.
So we've established that engaged employees are crucial for building brand trust and reaching those influential early adopters. But now let's tackle that fascinating question you raised earlier.
Okay, which one?
About happiness being a business tool.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that study from the British Medical Journal about happiness clustering really got me thinking.
It really is fascinating.
If happiness is truly contagious and spreads through networks, how can we, as business developers, harness that power?
Yeah, how can we?
It starts with cultivating a positive internal culture.
Okay.
Think about it. When your employees feel valued, appreciated, and supported, their happiness shines through
It does.
in their interactions with customers.
So it's about creating a work environment where people feel genuinely happy to come to work each day.
Precisely. And it's not just about, ping pong tables and free snacks. It's about fostering a sense of purpose, providing opportunities for growth and development, and recognizing and rewarding employees' contributions.
That reminds me of something Simon Sinek talks about.
Oh, yeah.
The importance of creating a sense of why within an organization.
I love that.
When employees believe in the company's mission and they feel like their work has meaning, that's when true engagement happens.
Absolutely.
And that sense of purpose translates into a more positive customer experience.
Sure.
Remember the Temkin Group study we discussed earlier?
Yeah, the one about engaged employees leading to engaged customers.
Yeah.
Companies with highly engaged employees are 1.5 times more likely to have engaged customers.
Right.
It's a virtuous cycle.
It is. It really is.
So happy employees lead to happy customers.
But how can we take this a step further and create those positive experiences that actively spread through networks?
Think about every touch point a customer has with your brand.
Okay.
From the initial interaction to the post-purchase experience. Every moment is an opportunity to create a positive emotional connection.
So it's about going above and beyond to make people feel valued and appreciated.
Exactly.
And it doesn't have to be these grand gestures.
No, not at all.
Sometimes it's the little things that make the biggest difference.
Absolutely.
Like a personalized thank you note.
Yeah.
A helpful suggestion. Even just a genuine smile and a friendly conversation.
I love that.
Can go a long way in creating a positive experience that people will want to share.
It's about exceeding expectations.
Yes.
And making people feel like more than just a transaction.
Right.
And when those positive experiences are shared, they create a ripple effect.
Attracting new customers and building a loyal community.
It's the best kind of marketing.
And don't forget about the power of word of mouth marketing.
Oh, yeah, it's huge.
That Nielsen survey we mentioned earlier found that 83% of people trust recommendations from people they know.
It's a huge untapped resource for businesses.
And it's something we can actively cultivate by creating experiences worth sharing.
Absolutely.
Think about it. Happy customers become your most powerful advocates.
I completely agree.
They tell their friends, their family, their online networks about their positive experiences.
It's like organic marketing gold.
Exactly.
And it's a much more sustainable and authentic approach than relying solely on traditional advertising.
This has been incredibly insightful.
It has been a great conversation.
It's amazing to see how these concepts,
I know, right?
employee engagement, influencer marketing, happiness, and word of mouth.
All intertwined to create a thriving business ecosystem.
It's so cool how it all connects.
It's a powerful reminder that business is about more than just numbers and transactions.
It is. It really is.
It's about people, connections, and creating experiences that genuinely make a difference.
So let's bring this back to our listener.
Okay.
The business developer who's eager to put these ideas into action.
What are some key takeaways they can implement in their own work?
That's a great question.
Let's distill these insights into actionable strategies.
All right, so we've explored a ton of fascinating research.
We have.
And we've uncovered some really powerful insights about the connection between employee engagement, brand trust, and community influence.
It's all connected.
But now let's distill this knowledge into some, actionable takeaways.
Right, let's make it practical.
For you as a business developer.
Yeah, what can you do starting today?
Yeah, what can you do
to harness these principles and create that magnetic pull for your own brand?
Exactly.
So let's break it down into 3 key takeaways.
Sounds good.
Takeaway number 1.
Okay, number 1.
Prioritize employee engagement.
Okay.
And this isn't just about perks and benefits, okay? It's about creating a culture where people feel valued, heard, and empowered.
For sure.
Remember those 3 key drivers from Dale Carnegie and Associates? Trust in leadership, strong manager relationships, and pride in the organization. Focus on fostering those elements. And watch your team transform into passionate brand advocates.
Okay, so invest in your people.
Yeah.
Make them feel like they're a part of something meaningful.
Exactly.
What's takeaway number 2?
Takeaway number 2 is identify and collaborate with your early adopters.
Oh, yeah. The early adopters?
Remember the law of diffusion of innovation?
Yes.
Those are the trendsetters, the tastemakers who can really make or break a product's success.
So do your research.
Yeah.
Find those influencers who align with your brand values.
Yeah, find the right people.
And build genuine relationships with them.
It's all about relationship.
Engage with their content. Participate in conversations.
Yeah, show them you care.
And demonstrate that you value their perspectives.
It's not about a transactional exchange.
Right.
It's about building authentic connections.
Okay, that makes sense.
And finally, takeaway number 3.
All right, bring it home.
Create positive experiences that people will want to share.
Okay.
Remember that study about happiness clustering?
Yeah.
Harness that contagious energy.
Think about every interaction a customer has with your brand. And look for opportunities to go above and beyond.
Yeah, exceed those expectations.
A personalized thank you note, a helpful suggestion, a genuine smile.
The little things go a long way.
These small gestures can create a ripple effect of positivity.
They really can.
That extends far beyond that initial interaction.
Exactly.
So it's not just about selling a product or service.
Right.
It's about creating an experience
Yeah.
that makes people feel good, an experience they'll want to tell their friends about.
It's about creating something remarkable.
In a world saturated with marketing messages,
It's tough out there.
authenticity is key.
Absolutely.
People crave genuine connections and experiences that resonate with them on an emotional level.
That's what it's all about.
And that's something you can create starting right now.
You have the power.
Well, it's been a pleasure diving deep into these concepts with you today.
Likewise, I've really enjoyed our conversation.
We hope you leave feeling inspired and armed with actionable insights to build a brand that people truly connect with.
That's our goal.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
We appreciate you listening.
We'll catch you next time for another fascinating exploration of the business world.